Hello everyone and welcome to another game I played on PTCGO. For this match I'm going to be using my Darkrai, Hydreigon, Virizion, Mewtwo if you want to get really technical, but basically Hydreigon deck. So I'm going to win off this coin flip and I'm actually going to decide to go second since I don't really normally attack with this deck. Well, the only thing you can really do is junk hunt, and if you can't do it, then it doesn't really matter. I'm going to start off with Sableye and Darkrai on the bench, and my opponent reveals a Mr. Mime, attaches a Float Stone, and plays an N, so I'm not all too sure what deck he's playing. But he puts down an Absol, so it's probably a Darkrai deck of some sort, and he plays a Laser, so I'm already off to an amazing start there. I'm going to put down a Dino and a Sableye. I was a little bit hesitant of doing either of those, but I do want to get Dino evolved, and it looks like I might lose Sableye. But since he's playing Absol, I'm a little bit afraid of that. I'm going to play my Tool Scrapper and then just N, since I can get that Tool Scrapper back. And here I'm going to do just that, just junk hunt for it, since I hope I can just keep Mr. Mime in the active spot a little while, get it stuck there, so I can actually set up Hydreigon. But it looks like my opponent doesn't have Darkrai up yet, so that might be to my advantage. He attaches a Dark Energy onto Absol, attaches another Float Stone onto Mr. Mime, so now he can, I think, attack with Absol. He benches a Keldeo, and he just end. Gave me a so-so hand, but I'm not sure what his play is going to be. He can just attack me with Absol, which it looks like he will do, and knock me out and take the first prize here. And unfortunately, I am losing one blend energy that way, so I'm not too happy about that. I'm going to send up Sableye. Here, I will Ultra Ball here for a Hydreigon, since I can get it out right now. I do have Rare Candy in hand, but I could have also gone for Virizion, since it looks like he is playing Hypnotoxic Laser, and if he runs that with Veerbank, that might be something I want to get out soon as well. Then I will Juniper here. I finally get a Darkrai. I finally get another Darkrai. Not that it matters all that much here. I'm debating whether or not I should play it down, but I don't think that's the best move since he's attacking with Absol. I'm going to attach a Dark Energy. And here, I think I'm just going to junk hunt. I could go for Confuse Ray, but again, I don't know. I don't know what the best play here is. If I go for Confuse Ray, I could set him up for a Night Spear knockout, which might have been the better thing to do here. But I'm just going to junk hunt and go for two things here. I think I'm going to go for the Ultra Ball and a Rare Candy, just in case I want something to discard. I can Ultra Ball and get a Virizion by discarding that Rare Candy, which I don't really need anymore. So my opponent's going to Random Receiver and get a Juniper here. So I don't know if they're going to play it off the bat, or they might want to discard some things in hand to make it worthwhile. But essentially, I may have Hydreigon out, but my opponent has an attacker, whereas I don't really yet. I'm not really in a position to attack yet. We see an Ultra Ball and a Darkrai come up, and then a Dark Patch go onto that Darkrai. So now my opponent has to retreat, and the Juniper gets played. We see hammers in this deck, so that's another thing I'm not too happy to see, since I do play special energies. And we see a catcher, he goes for Darkrai, a Hypnotoxic Laser. So I think I definitely need to bring up Virizion. So he's going to hit me for 80, and it looks like I'm just going to take poison damage. Here I'm going to play Tool Scrapper again. I'm going to play an Escape Rope just to get out of that poison, and to see what he'll send up, to see if I could potentially knock it out. But he sends up Darkrai. I'm going to bench another Darkrai finally, since Absol is no longer in the active. And maybe I can pull off something where I can knock it out if I can get enough energies and Dark Patches and whatnot. But here I'm just going to Ultra Ball two things, go for Virizion, and play that on my bench. So in this build, I actually do not play Super Rod, which will somewhat be important later on, and mainly because it's probably the only deck where I don't do so. Here I played a Chorus. I was able to get a Dark Energy, but not enough energy in the discard pile, actually 0, and not enough resources to actually pull off an attack here. So I will just Junk Hunt again, this time going for the Tool Scrapper, since it looks like he does play a lot of tools, and another Escape Rope, and I'll just end my turn. So I'm essentially conceding that he'll get a knockout on Sableye, and it looks like he will, since he attaches another energy, plays another Juniper, another Sableye goes on the bench, and we see a Dark Claw. So I'm not sure why he played that, since he saw I just got back a Tool Scrapper, so it didn't really make sense. I'm going to send up Darkrai now. Now I have 2 Sableyes in the discard, and I'm going to play that Scrapper, get an energy onto Darkrai from Dark Patch, a special energy onto Virizion, and here I'm just going to Juniper my hand away, and I do manage to get something here that I was hoping I would get, which is my Max Potion, so I'll be able to Dark Trans that energy off of my bench Darkrai, and just heal all that damage, so it's not a catcher bait at this point. And just Night Spear the active for 90, and here's when Mr. Mom is going to be annoying, since I can't do any splash damage on the bench. So I do not play catcher in this deck, I just play Escape Rope, and I don't think my opponent will send up Mr. Mime if I play it. So he's going to Night Spear, hitting my bench Darkrai on the bench. Looks like I'm just going to keep my bench size as it is. I don't really want to bench that second Dino, just because I don't want to give his Absols any more room to maneuver. I play an N, and here I managed to get another Max Potion, so I'm going to retreat, Dark Trans off of my bench Darkrai onto an active one that only has 30 damage, so I can start attacking with it and heal off the benched one with all that damage. So this is why Darkrai Hydreigon is so cool, and it's really one of my favorite decks, and it's much more competitive now that Catcher has gone to a coin flip, as you guys have seen in this match, although he has gotten heads. So we'll just Night Spear the active and hit Absol on the bench, only it does nothing because of Mr. Mime. And I'll take 2 prizes, and now we're tied. So my opponent's going to send up Absol. He goes for the catcher, fails it. He's going to Skyla here for a catcher. I hope he fails this one as well, and he does. So he was probably going to go for Hydreigon, try to get up stuck in the active, or try to damage it, since that's really what's going to be the thorn in his side. I'm going to play an N here, and I'm just going to Night Spear. I could have actually gone for the attack with Hydreigon, but I don't really want to be discarding energy in this match, especially because he has hammers. If he can remove my special energies, that's going to be to my detriment, because then I won't be able to attack with Hydreigon at all, so I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. My opponent is going to Bicycle and draw some more cards. I don't know what his plan is. It looks like he has a backup Darkrai to start attacking. If he just switches out, I think he might be able to get the knockout. He plays a Veerbank in the field. He's going to Dark Patch onto Absol that he just put down on the bench, and Computer Search here, so he's running through resources really quickly. He only has 9 cards left, and I don't know what he's trying to get here, but we do see him get something. I don't know if he's going to play it right now. He sends up Darkrai. He's going to Night Spear me and get the knockout. So I was hoping he would attack with Absol, but he sends up Darkrai and gets the knockout. And here I'm just going to send up Virizion. And I need to do something because I'm not really in good shape here. I'm going to play an N. I get my last Sableye here. I don't know whether or not I want to bench it and just try to junk hunt for something. or just go, I don't know, an attack with Darkrai. I could bench Sableye and get back max potions, which might be a good play here. But here I'm just going to go for the more aggressive play and attack with Darkrai, and hope that I can use that Juniper next turn to draw into some max potions. So I'm going to Night Spear here, and again I cannot hit the active, so that's really hurting me. I could have taken knockouts on Absol already. So my opponent is going to play a Skyla after attaching another energy onto his bench Absol, and he goes for Enhanced Hammer. So this is why I didn't want to be attacking with an attack that discards energy here, and why I've been hesitant to be aggressive. I'm going to attach another energy onto Darkrai. Fortunately I was able to get it, and I do play that Juniper and manage to get my Dowsing Machine, which I could use here to get another max potion if I need it, since I did just draw into one. So here, the one I just drew into I will use right now, since I can Dark Trans all that energy off of my active and be a kind of a nuisance to my opponent, since this is not, you know, the type of match you want to end up with, where all your hard work and getting damage on the field is just wiped away. So I will Dark Trans all that energy back onto my active, and hopefully I can turn the tides right here. So I will be able to Night Spear the active, and again do nothing to his bench. And I take a knockout this way, and now we've tied it up with prizes. I draw a Mewtwo and a Darkrai. Again, I don't have... Another reason I didn't want to be discarding energy is because I don't have the Super Rod, although I can just get them back through Dark Patch. So here I'm going to attach and then Dowsing Machine, getting rid of Dino and Mewtwo to get a max potion, the play I described earlier. I think I play 3, so this will effectively add a 4th one into your deck. So I'm going to, here I'm debating whether or not I should Dark Trans and just heal off the damage, but first I'm actually going to Escape Rope to see if I can get him to send up something else that I may be able to potentially one-shot without using Hydreigon. Because if I send up Hydreigon, I think I could win, but again, I don't know if he'll just go into Sableye, Junk Hunt for an Enhanced Hammer, then I don't know, go for the long game that way. I'm just going to Dark Trans here, moving that special energy onto Virizion EX. Since he sends up Keldeo, I do have the type advantage here, so I'll be able to hit him for 100 and hopefully take the game in 2 turns. I play a max potion here. I'll be able to Verdant Wind here, or sorry, Emerald Slash. Verdant Wind is the ability for 100, and I hope my opponent isn't able to retreat this Keldeo, since his deck is running thin and I don't know if he has many energy left to attach. And here my opponent is waiting. So I could have won this game a lot sooner if I had found some way to get rid of Mr. Mime, but unfortunately I couldn't. And here we actually see a max potion, so my opponent does play those as well. He plays it on Keldeo, so I won't be able to take the win this round, but maybe the next go around. I'm going to Emerald Slash for 100 and just not be able to attach anything because I don't play any grass energy. And here my opponent's essentially lost if he can't retreat, and I will have the game next turn. Let's see if he can do anything here. He has 1 card in hand. If that's a supporter and he plays it, he decks himself, so he just concedes. Thank you guys for watching,